Ninjago will always hold a special place in my heart. What started as a kid's Lego brand ballooned into one of Lego's most profitable IP. Every season up to that point in 2016 had been creative and good. Well, in popular opinion, at least. And of course, Season 6 lived up to that by giving a solid story with our characters being admirable protagonists and... Okay, I don't have much of an idea how people think this season was any good outside of the spectacular villains. Remember my Girl Meets World video? This video will be very much like that. We'll start with a brief season synopsis, and then we'll get the good things out of the way, and then the floodgates open. In Season 6, the ninja have been pushed into pop star status by Dareth following the aftermath of the Battle of Styx in Season 5. Due to this fame, and a few preventable events, they missed a crucial crime, and Nauticon the Djinn gets released. Through a series of unfortunate wishes, the ninja fall one by one to his tricks until it's just Jay and Nia. Nia gets captured and has to marry Nauticon, and Jay scraps together a team to save the ninja and get Nia back. Once Nauticon is defeated, the world and the ninja have been irreversibly damaged by this season's events, Nia the most so, dying after the fight. In an all-consuming state of grief, Jay wishes that no one had ever found Nauticon's teapot in the first place, and time rewinds to the first episode. Only this time, Nia and Jay get back together. That's basically it. Almost completely indifferent retelling. I should get a medal. I like to get the good things out of the way first. It just brings the video together nicer, in my opinion. So, good things. The villains of this season are phenomenal. I would argue that they are some of the best villains Ninjago has ever created. Now, normally when you throw in villains that clearly won't be around after the adventure is over, they tend to feel pretty boring. Ninjago, however, somehow, someway, has a pretty good track record of making memorable villains that we still love to this day. Pythor, Master Chen, Moro, the Time Twins, Harumi, and of course, Lord Garmadon himself took the fandom by storm. Maybe someday I'll learn their secret, but for now I can just guess. They'll do this thing where they tie the villains into the past of an already recognizable character. Their goals are very clear, and their personalities are very distinct. Harumi, for example, is tied to the Great Devourer attack in Season 1, an event we all remember well. Her goal is clear. She borderline worships Garmadon for taking the snake down, and would much prefer if he were running things. She's a two-faced manipulator who can lie her way out of almost anything, and takes full advantage of the old saying, seen and not heard. People love her to this day for her coquettish ruthlessness and her relationship with Lloyd. Moro is tied to Master Wu, embodying the first failed student who turned evil trope. His goal is to sick the cursed realm onto Ninjago and prove that all this time later, Wu, nay, Destiny, made the wrong call on him not being the Green Ninja. He's a little boy on a power trip, but with the leadership ability and quick thinking to make him a formidable opponent. Anyways, the pirate crew is no exception to this. Nauticon is tied to Captain Soto, a minor character that pops in every now and then. While a bit of a stretch, it still manages to work here. His goal is to marry Nia because she reminds him of his late love, Jalara, and more importantly, when a Djinn prince marries on Djinn land, he is granted infinite wishes, which means infinite power. He uses charm and tiny weaknesses to his advantage. He can figure out how to twist your words in an instant. His crew, while the writers could have gotten away with making them one-dimensional, they really went all out on making each one feel distinct. You think Sing was cool by teaching you everything you need to know about their characters in less than 5 minutes? Well, try doing that with only a sentence or two.
Well, if it ain't feed the balloon, what's the matter? Ain't happy to see me. Dog shank. Could have used a muscle like yours. Go fix the turbine, monkey wretch. A flower. Forgive me, lady dog shank.
Never liked flowers, and I ain't no lady.
And last and definitely least, Clancy.
It's good to see us all together, Flintlock. I told everyone I met about you, and
Clean my guns, will you, Clancy?
With Flintlock's greetings alone, we know exactly who these characters are. And then later on, we get their backstories from Clancy blabbering to a captive Jay. Now, normally, just spilling a character's backstory through dialogue exposition is a big no, but the way Clancy does it is actually an exception to the rule, in my opinion. Clancy is talkative and naive, and Jay is a captive audience. It is entirely in character for him to ramble on like this. Okay, you guys get it. The villains are the best part of the season, no contest. But is there anything else good I can talk about? Kai's capture sequence is pretty good. I won't spoil it, I just thought it was neat. Animation and action-wise, The Last Resort is a beautifully animated episode, and the fight scenes in general in this season go from typical blocky and awkward to actual masterpieces. So, especially the chaotic camera movements in the battle with the Nauticon clones in the last episode, it really encapsulates the craziness very well. I'm down for that. And Lloyd gives some great one-liners, like, "We're here to help. If you don't believe me, pull the trigger. I wish you were a lousy shot." And of course,
Are ye, matey? We be becoming pirates!
now that we've talked about the good things in this season, we'll move on to the bad things. This will take a while. I've split my points into 5 sections: plot holes, other characters, Nia, Jay, and a casual extra points wrap-up. In that order. Let's get to it. So a big part of the beginning of the series is the ninja getting framed for crimes by Nauticon. That's how they end up in jail, that's how they talk to Soto. Fine, all well and good, except that it doesn't work at all when you think about this one moment. If the audio sounds different now, it's because I've moved to my closet because someone is blowing leaves outside. Just heads up. At one point, Jay and Cole go to the amusement park where Nauticon framed Zane to look for clues. Jay uses his powers to activate a frame-by-frame replay of the events, and they find evidence that it wasn't Zane. In one picture, it was Nauticon, and the next, it was Zane. However, this shapeshift happened on a crowded roller coaster with people behind and in front of him. So, no one came to the police and were like, I was there, and this is what happened. And then outside of one instance, Nauticon never really shapeshifts again. So, that power would have never come in handy again? Ever? Okay, benefit of the doubt, maybe it wouldn't have really come in handy at all after that. I'd believe it. It's not one of the powers the show focuses on anyway. Those would be his wishes and his sword. By catching a person when they're alone, Nauticon can use the temptation of getting 3 wishes to his advantage. Once a wish is made, there is always a loophole. And by using said loophole, he could make the victim's life so miserable that they rashly wish it all away, which is actually really dark. Technically, we only get to see this legitimately happen twice. Klaus and Kai are the only 2 to legitimately reach their breaking points. Zane, that was cheating, and I'll explain why. Zane's wish sequence breaks so many of the established rules. His first wish is that Nauticon won't twist his words or find loopholes. So right off the bat, Nauticon can only hope that Zane words something so badly that no twisting is needed. And technically, this does not happen. Zane's second wish is that whatever pain is done to himself is done to Nauticon tenfold. He doesn't actually say I wish, but is still treated like one. And yes, the rules of no love, death or harm, or more wishes still apply. They talk about them all the time. So how could Zane have gotten away with this one? And then for some reason, Nauticon deletes Pixel, which I don't care how he justifies this, saying that he can do harm to someone else while Zane stays safe or whatever. This is a major stretch. A major stretch. Later on, when Cole and Lloyd use up all their wishes in a chaotic battle without wishing everything away, Nauticon makes Clancy wish them away. And it works. So there's no way he could then use another of Clancy's wishes to capture Jay. You're opening up a can of worms here, to the point where you could have Clancy just wish for Jay to lose, and it would happen. Okay, 2 strikes, but the rule is 3 and you're out, right?
A djinn can capture you in its djinn blade by tricking you to wish it all away. Or there's a simpler way. Be struck by it.
You know what? I'm not even gonna mention the fact that Nauticon literally had Jay as a defenseless prisoner for days and couldn't get him to wish it all away, or that he carries that sword around with him everywhere and has teleportation powers that would make it incredibly difficult for a ninja to run away, or that his motivations for capturing them in the first place would make him too desperate to waste time playing games with them. No, this totally wasn't a last-minute idea they threw in to make it easy for Jay to get in there and save the ninja. There are 3 other things I'd like to bring up as well before I move on. One being Nia's wish here.
I really wish you hadn't said that, Cole.
I heard that. It's yours to keep.
So, Cole's wish was, I wish us all out of here. And so the boat started to tip. According to Nia's wish, the boat should go right side up again. Point number 2, how does Ghost Cole even work? We see him get hit, and we see things go straight through him. We see him disappear like a ghost, but then we see him do things like eat and have body heat that shows up on thermal vision. Cole can stay out in a rainstorm, but he can't touch water? What is going on here? Point number 3. When Ninjago falls, Nodocon's father claims it's because of the cursed realm being destroyed, and that all the 13 realms are connected. So if they're all connected, then wouldn't there be a domino effect? Every realm would fall, goodbye Ninjago? Before we get into Jay and Nia, let's look at the other ninja. Kai, Zane, Cole, and Lloyd actually have some pretty terrible, narcissistic, and cruel moments in this season. Kai isn't in the season for a large amount of time as he's the first ninja captured, but it would be fair to say that a lot of it happened because of his dialed up to 11 narcissism. When I say dialed up to 11, I mean dialed up to 11.
How did they find us? Reply. Of course I'm at the hospital. My hair is sick. Send. Are you sending out a jerk? My followers have needs too.
I have trouble believing he would be this thick-headed. I really do. Kai was never really very full of himself. There are instances of him being very self-focused, like his arc about learning to accept that he's not the Green Ninja, but he doesn't strike me as a narcissist like he is here. Zane as well acts very stupid in this season. He legitimately believes that he can take on and beat Nodacon on his own.
So, you are the smart one.
On a Wish and a Prayer is an episode that gives all the remaining ninja a nasty side that I'm not entirely sure was ever there. For one, they're stupid. We already talked about Zane, but Lloyd makes some crummy decisions and fails at being a reasonable team leader in favor of making Jay suffer. For one, he sticks him on the ship's mast to catch lightning bolts during a storm. Yes, he is the lightning ninja, but this still hurts him. He then proceeds to tell Zane to go below deck, after everyone acknowledged earlier that
Whenever one of us finds ourselves alone, we disappear.
Then we better stick together from here on out.
And then when Zane inevitably gets captured, Lloyd silently proceeds to blame it on Jay by not correcting Cole and Nia when they attack him over the incident. Jay had seen Nodacon, made 2 wishes, and not told anyone. Not the best move, but by no means was that the reason Zane was captured. Zane knew. Everyone knew. They were talking about it before they even set out. Seriously, Jay himself tries to protest the moment Zane is told to go below deck. I'm giving Lloyd more responsibility than Cole or Nia because he's the leader. It's his job to keep things like this from getting out of hand, and he doesn't do that. Nia proposes that Jay fights the Tiger Widow spider thereafter alone. No one sees anything wrong with this. No one sees anything wrong with Jay fighting this spider alone. It only produces a venom that can kill a human in 1 drop. That doesn't sound like a team job to get. Think about this for a minute. Jay could die in there. And all the ninja can do is stand on the sidelines and crack jokes at his expense.
Everyone get venom when his face always come out when he tries to fight me. Then let him bite you. If I get out of here, I'm gonna fight you.
This all happened to him because the team was mad he saw Nodacon, made wishes, and then kept it a secret. Then what does Lloyd suggest as a way to beat Nodacon 2 episodes later? Wishing! Isn't that a bit hypocritical? Cole and Lloyd are oddly selfish now. They both abandoned their partners when they were searching for clues about their framing, and they both just up and air jitsu'd away that time that the sandworms were after them, fully knowing that Nia wasn't able to. I mean, she figured it out, but still, very selfish of them. I don't get how the writing of the characters can be this bad for this season, and we haven't even gotten to Jay and Nia yet.
By the power vested in me, I will pronounce you all powerful.
Nia is an awful person this season. It's a fact. No, it's a fact. If you don't want to admit it, then fine, but she is purely terrible. She's not a very popular ninja, and the fans see her as little more than a love interest for Jay or Cole. That's not an ideal situation to be in, yes. I'd be upset too, I'm sure. The team need to hide from Dareth's publicity choppers, and someone suggests Erjitsu. Nia gets apprehensive, as she hasn't learned it yet. Jay comes in and tries to remedy the situation by saying everyone sticks together, but Nia won't have it. She can look after herself. Then Jay says this is just their first fight, which is a weird thing to say, I'll admit. And then Nia has a full-on blow-up. She won't accept help. She won't hide with the others. They have to cater to her. They all get caught, and Klaus releases Nauticon. Every character needs flaws, and this scene would have worked well if it was at the beginning of a real arc. But it's not. Nia just plays hot and cold with Jay the entire time, and when she is cold, she is frigid. She goes from acting like she wants to cuss him out to gripping onto his arm when in danger. She goes from telling him in no uncertain terms that they are just friends to actively seeking him out just to be all,
What you doing?
Jake is captured by Nauticon and his sky pirates after fighting a tiger widow spider, and while at least Cole and Lloyd finally show a little concern, Nia, on the other hand...
Should we fly after him?
No. Save your strength.
But he has Jay, and he just got rid of the only thing that can stop him.
No, he didn't.
Huh?
He emptied the wrong canteen.
You mean we have the only thing that can stop him?
And better yet, they don't know we have it. Jay suffered enough. It's time they do the suffering.
Oh, wow, Nia really just does not care.
Gone one day and I already miss him spazzing out.
Me too. After he lied to us, I was so hard on him. And now he's captured and all alone. Some friends we are.
You can't convince me that she legitimately cares. You just can't. She wasn't willing to even try to go after him. Her main focus this whole season is being seen as her own person and making it known that she needs no man. Jay is so low on her priority list that she probably thinks about what she's going to have for breakfast before she even remembers he exists. Should she be seen as her own person and be treated as more than a love interest? Absolutely. But fame is cruel. Learning to deal with it and change it for the better would have been a far more interesting arc for her than whatever she ended up learning by the end of this adventure. The Last Resort, the famous Jaya episode, is undoubtedly the worst episode in this season. It beats Public Enemy #1, it beats Wishmasters, it even beats On a Wish and a Prayer. I'll explain it, but just say you'll hear me out at least before you chew me out on it. So, Nia still doesn't care about Jay. For one, she lets him exhaust himself rowing to a deserted tower in the middle of the ocean before using her powers to get them there faster. It seems minor, but in the context of previous events, it's really not. Now, I want you to watch this scene. This one scene makes me so mad, I'm going to break it down. So, the two lovebirds are caught with no way out except for the traveler's teeth. There's only room for one, and Jay tries to send Nia through. He hands her the poison, and she accepts it, and then tries to send him through instead. Because he has the wish? That's the reason she gives. She then gives a pretty little speech about loving him, leans in to kiss him, wait till he falls for it, and then throws him through the portal. Without the poison! She has no intention of being saved by Jay, or she would have given the poison to him. Keeping it for self-defense, you say? I grappled with this for a while, but it hit me that it would still be a moronic decision if nothing else. She's going up against an army of sky pirates alone. If her goal was for Jay to save her, she wouldn't be taking any chances of Nauticon finding this. She does not believe she needs Jay. She wants to prove once and for all that she is better than people believe her to be, and sending Jay through the portal was her plan B. I don't know why the narcissism is so strong in Kai and Nia this season, but it's there, and it's annoying. By the end, she decides she loves him. Unless it's hero syndrome, I really don't know why she falls for him again.
You mean like when Sam dated Noseby Mosby because he got her all that bacon?
Jay is a well-rounded character with a fun personality who will do anything for his friends. In every season except for this one. In this one, he exists to simp over Nia and has no other purpose. 2/3 of the dialogue that comes out of this lovesick loon's mouth is about Nia, and she pretty much acts like she wants him dead. A big plot point of On a Wish and a Prayer is him carrying around a book that tells him how to woo women. He is, quite frankly, rather annoying the whole time. No wonder Nia was getting frustrated. It almost makes me upset at them getting together again because of just how obsessive Jay is in this season. It makes me feel like he just doesn't deserve to get the girl at the end. There is a difference between respectfully trying to win over the person of your dreams and just being a creep who won't take no for an answer. My opinion on Jaya is not popular. Jaya from the pilot through season 2 is respectable, a minor plot point. Jaya from season 3 to season 5 is really bad. Jaya in season 6 is straight up toxic. You know what, while we're at it? Jaya in season 7 and beyond is closer to being healthy than it ever was before, which is something. At this point in the show, Jay is Marinette and Nia is the girl in that Bruno Mars song, Grenade. This is the Ninjago fandom's golden ship, but I just can't share the hype. I'm sorry. Casual extra points wrap up. In real life, if a police officer is arrested, you put them in a separate cell block than the general public for their own safety. Putting the ninja in the same area as all the other criminals is a really jerk move. If I have to hear the phrase,
If you want something bad enough, you find a way to make it happen.
one more time, I'm gonna lose it. It was only a thing for one episode, and it grates on me how they treat it like the moral of the entire season. When Lloyd wishes for a sword at the end of Wishmasters, Nauticon played it straight. He didn't twist it at all. This manipulative, word-twisting Jin couldn't think 2 steps ahead and give Lloyd a foam sword. He handed Jay and Nia their escape route on a silver platter. And last but not least, you would have me believe that Dareth is capable of doing this level of ninja work that he does in the second to last episode. Dareth's a joke character. They're playing it straight here. What is happening? This video has been a long time coming. I did one on season 6 before I rebooted my channel, and since I've wiped my library clean since then, this has been on my list of videos to remake, and I hope I've made it better and more cohesive since then. On another note, season 10 was actually really good.